bone broth with Dr. J. Here we go. I always make bone broth from turkey bones. However, you can use beef bones, chicken bones, fish bones, whatever you like, pretty much. It's easy peasy. I try to get about 4 pounds of bones, and I use my big stock pot here. And it's stainless steel, and I like it. And then you fill it, you know, about 2/3 full with good filtered water. Now I use Kangen. Everybody has their favorite filtered water. That's not what we're talking about today. So that's what we're doing. Use apple cider vinegar, or you can use coconut vinegar. Just depends on the taste you want. I like the coconut flavor, but for all intents and purposes, we're going to use apple cider vinegar because that's what I have. Okay, so it's a 1/4 cup. You can use any type of apple cider vinegar you want. Not a big deal, but heavy on the brags. So then I put all of my bones in as that just kind of swirls around from my great turkey. And when I first get started, they don't fall apart. So, you know, like I have this big turkey carcass, right? So it'll take a little while, and that'll all fall down probably within an hour. It'll be mushed into the pot. So anyway, my fingers are messy, but that's why we're in the kitchen, right? Okay, so then I use celery. I love celery. It's just one good big stalk. It says to only use 4, but I really like the flavor of celery. And I also like the way, well, I love the healing properties in celery. So I'll cut up 1 whole of these, more than 4. And it looks like, you know, I have them in my bowl already. So I'll just pour them in to that. And I'll take them off of here. So I got the celery, and then 4 nice sized carrots, and I just cut them into small pieces. It's not, you know, you could have it really long too, because I'm going to strain all of this out of there, and we're just going to utilize the broth. Okay, so again, the bone broth is good healing for the gut. So when we're dealing with leaky gut, we use bone broth to boost our immune system. You can also fast with bone broth too if you. So when it uses the proline, the glycine, and the glutamine, we are going to eventually make glutathione in our body, okay? Arginine is what we use with it. And so those together, when you're making glutamine, it helps actually burn fat. So it can also burn fat in your body. So this is one really large onion, yellow onion, or 2 medium ones, okay? And onions are very good for you. They are full of iron, high in fiber. They kill any bacteria, virus, bugs, all that kind of stuff. And then you just smash 7 garlic cloves. Now, not everybody likes garlic, but I love it. It kills bacteria, boosts your immune system, helps move cholesterol around. So you just use 7 cloves, peel it apart, and put it in there, okay? Also, I love bay leaves. Now these bay leaves I have today, I'm putting in 4. Usually I only need 2 really big ones, but I only have little ones, so that's what we're using. And then you use Celtic salt. Celtic salt is probably the highest mineral content salt there is. It's a gray salt. So I'll just, you know, take a couple pinches and put it in there, okay? A little bit more. Because I want it to have a really good savory flavor. So I put a little bit of carrots in because it gives it a little sweet flavor. If you had parsley, that would be really nice too. You could put parsley in there. It's delicious. And then peppercorns, okay? So I get the nice multicolored peppercorns. They're from Madagascar. I've been to a place called Zingerman's in Ann Arbor, and they have the best pepper. So anyway, it's Madagascar, but I put the whole peppercorns in there. 2 little handfuls, teaspoon, however it measures out. And then you can put in as many herbs as you want, okay? So I love rosemary. I have a rosemary bush out back, and I got quite a few of them actually. So I'll get fresh rosemary. It's really good for your immune system. You could do sage or thyme, also boost your immune system, and rosemary is good for your lungs too. But anyway, so I just kind of pull the sprigs off. It's all gonna go anywhere, but I put the stems in too. And you need about a 1/4 cup of them. But I like the good flavor because then you'll drink more. So I enjoy doing it. So I like just literally pull it right off the wire there, the branch, so to speak. Just do one of those. Pull it off, put the branch in. Same thing. So you can do any number of herbs. Herbs and spices are really healing to the body, and I don't think we use enough. So one of my favorites is the organic Brags. Let's see if you can see it. Organic Brags. It has 24 different spices and herbs in it. So I think sometimes we're afraid to use them. Again, that's a 1/4 teaspoon, but I just put a good sprinkle in because as I eat this, or drink it, I should say, I'm very much interested in flavor because I want to like it. I want to enjoy it when I heat it up. Okay, so now it's all in the pot, and how long does it take? You can let it simmer for up to 24 hours. Me, I'll do about 25. Sometimes when it's heating up, you'll get a froth on the top of it, so you skim that off. That's kind of waste coming to the top, so you skim that off. Just let it simmer. I let it simmer overnight. The other thing I wanted to say about the bones, when you put the bones in, I just want to go over that again, try to get around 4 pounds of it. Use like beef bones. It's really good to put them in the oven for about 10 or 15 minutes on 425. So you really bake them, because then they'll open up when you put them in the apple cider vinegar and they sit in the pot. So that's kind of important. But because I cooked my turkey, it's already been cooked and they're hot, piping hot when I put them in here. Not quite piping, but you know what I mean. So this is the first set. Now I'll set it on simmer all night long. And then in the morning, we'll go through how I strain it out, and you'll see the product, the end product, okay? So here we are doing part 2 of my bone broth. Off the stove, you let it cool for a little while, and so I just want to get back to like the basics. Bone broth, why bone broth? I just wanted to remind everybody why we're doing this, okay? So this is to heal the gut, right? It's actually great for any disease. If you remember back in the day, you get chicken noodle soup or chicken soup or chicken broth when you're feeling bad. And it's because it's just loaded with amino acids and minerals and nutrients for your body, okay? Bone broth is a step better because you're going to get more amino acids like the proline and the glycine and the glutamine and the arginine that we talked about, plus many others, but they're in abundance, okay? So they actually heal the gut intestinal wall. Okay, and they boost your immune system. And also, it's collagen. It's loaded with collagen. Number 6 or 7 on my list of treats for healing leaky gut is the collagen that comes from the bone broth. And that collagen is going to bring forth, strengthen your bones, your joints, because of ligaments and muscles and tendons, you know. So what's part 2 look like? Okay, so we made it last night. It sat. It's now at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's been on here for almost 18 hours. You know, I'll go 24 usually is my max, but we got all the great leaching. It smells, you can smell it, it just smells delicious, okay? So what I end up doing is I take it from the big pot, okay? So I get a strainer. I use the real thin little hole strainer, not the ones that have the little holes like this. I like the real fine, like almost netting. And then I will take it, transfer it from here and pour it into here, because I stir it each time. And then I take it from here and here, and I pour it into my canning jars, okay? So I use canning jars, and then I fill it to almost the top, because I want it to have as little air as possible. And then I can refrigerate it for the week. And I'll have, well, it'll only last 3 days, because Ted and I, my darling husband, will drink it together. So I'll have 1 a day or 2 a day. Well, this is a 12-ounce jar, so I try to drink 2 a day. If I'm fasting, I'll drink 3. So just about the broth, it'll settle out and the fat will rise to the top, and you can pull that all off if you like. Because I already pulled off the froth. That happens in the first 2 hours usually of cooking it. So I pulled that off. Also, when I go to do this, just so you all know, I also make darn sure that I stir it because I stir it because I want all the sediment to come up, and as I pour out, so each jar gets the same amount, because if you just let it all set, then you're going to save some of the better stuff at the bottom for last. So we stir it up, and then we pour, and I pour it in. So part of my process is I use a strainer as well, okay? And I put it in here, and then I'll just pour. And you get used to your rhythm, and you'll figure out, oh, this is good. This is almost perfect. The next one. But it's really, really kind of easy, guys. I usually get 4, maybe 5 out of each one of these. But you learn what your equipment is, so I have a little overflow there. Sorry about that, right? So this one, I filled up a little bit more. So I got my 5. Here's the bone broth, so that I'll have this big one for lunch today. It'll take me a little while to go through it because it's what was left over. And then these, they have to cool, and I put them in the refrigerator. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the trip here that we did to make bone broth. And let's get the word out on how to heal leaky gut and how to feel better now, because it's about feeling better right now. So I bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day, okay? Blessings, Dr. J here.